the 7th of October crisis.
We will never give up as long as this criminal government is in control. Having a national inquiry committee is, of course,
which will established by the Chief Justice.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is once again facing fire from his own people, despite managing to secure what many call at least a partial victory against Hamas. On Saturday, thousands of Israeli citizens took to the streets of Tel Aviv, demanding a proper investigation into the October 7 attack by Hamas.
After the 7th of October crisis, we demand to have a national inquiry committee, which will established by the Chief Justice, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court in Israel, not by Mr. Netanyahu, who didn't take any responsibility yet, and not by his own ministers.
What led to the security failure and the subsequent action taken by the Israeli government.
We came here today to say no to racism, no to fascism, no to the rule of criminal people that have taken over our government, and we will never give up as long as this criminal government is in control of our country.
Led by members of the October Council and joined by the now freed hostages and their families, the protesters staged a mass demonstration at the Habima Square while renewing their demand for establishing a fact-finding commission of inquiry to fully investigate the horrifying October 7 attack.
Having a national inquiry committee is, of course, a trivial essential detail. It has to happen. It is ridiculous and unlawful not to have it happen until now. But again, we're here for our core values. What brought us here is basically the law of racism and the criminal policies of Netanyahu for tens of years.
Also attending the rally were former Prime Minister Bennett, opposition leader Yair Lapid, and lawmakers Gantz and Golan. Bennett even wrote in a post on X, and I quote, "The people of Israel deserve answers about how the terrible failure happened and how to prevent it from happening again." The protesters have regularly insisted that Netanyahu and his right-wing cabinet is attempting to block an honest investigation into the roots of the attack.
It should be an objective committee. It should be a committee who will really find out how come that we had such a failure, such a crisis.
The following military operation against Hamas and the subsequent full-scale war in Gaza. In a statement, the protesters said that the Netanyahu cabinet was instead rushing to create a political whitewash committee, which would be a red line for the Israeli public. The protests come days after the Netanyahu cabinet announced plans to form an independent commission of inquiry with full investigative powers. This committee is expected to set the framework of the probe, define the premises of the inquiry, and limit the time period of the investigation.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.